What's up, guys? This is Nox with Nidhogg Nation, and today I'm coming to you with a guide on how to advance to classical age playing Oranos on the High Hunt map, and we're going to be shooting for a 4-minute and 30-second advance. I understand not every game is the same, but the principles that we're going to be discussing here will provide you a solid foundation, seeing as for most games that you play, whether it's against a human or a computer, the first 5 minutes are pretty slow and stagnant with everyone trying to advance and trying to get resources anyway. I will also be providing some tips of what you could possibly do after you advance to sort of set you up for an early mid-game, and I will explain these things as they happen. So without further ado, let go. Your first villager is going to buy an economic guild, and as soon as he's done building the economic guild, we're going to send him on the food on the high hunt that's nearest to your town center. You also want to loop a villager as soon as you start, so not 10 seconds in like I did. We're going to wait for all 3 oracles to come out before we start. As soon as your economic guild is built, you're going to go ahead and research hunting dogs, because we are working a high hunt. So your oracles are being built. You're going to try to explore the inner part of your base first before you start sending them out into the far corners to sort of explore where your enemy is. And your oracles are going to get 2 sets of full visible circles before they're going to be recalled anyway, so I'll explain that a little bit later. You're going to go ahead and start with 2 villagers on food, and your next villager is going to go on wood. As this is happening and your oracles are exploring any husbandry food sources such as pigs, cows, and or goats, you're going to try and bring them to your economic guild or your town center. Just keep them all in the same place. As your oracles are exploring, you're also going to try to start looking for your secondary high hunt source, food source. So after these deer are gone, it looks like we got a couple cranes here. Maybe there's something closer there. The villager, your 4th villager, is going to go on gold. We got 1 town center. This is probably our forward town center here. So your enemy's probably somewhere within this area. That's a perk of playing Oranos that I really like and enjoy. Okay, there's an oracle that's done. Oh, perfect, water buffalo. So we're going to send this guy here. We're going to send this guy here. And we're going to send this guy here. Alright, as soon as your 4th villager gets spawned, you want to start paying attention to him, because as soon as this hits 25 gold, we're going to buy a house with him. So there you go, we're going to buy a house and then send them 1 gold. Your 5th villager is going to go on food. Perfect, the house is built, sweet. Your oracles are going to do so. After this set of exploration with these 3 oracles, we're going to actually call them back, and I'll explain why. For husbandry, do not research this ever when you're advancing. It's pointless, and these we're going to research as we're advancing, so I'll get to that in a second. Your 6th villager? Yep, 6th villager is going to go on wood. This is also when you want to start paying attention to your gold villager and your gold, because as soon as you hit a hundo, you're going to build a temple with the gold villager. So position of these buildings is important. You generally want to put them somewhere where they make sense. In this situation, I'm just going to put them as close to this guy as possible so that I can go back to gold as soon as possible. Okay, I lied. I'm going to get 1 more swing into your oracles before I recall them. I'll explain why we're recalling them. This guy can actually go back, so I'll have him back. Okay, sweet. I'm actually going to pause here because we're going to have a short discussion. Nope. I'll wait 1 more. Perfect. All right, now. So there's 2 schools of thought on how to play the classical advance on an Oranos player. Your first one is advance now. So what I'm going to do now is research Prometheus before this villager finishes and another one queues, so that I advance at 4:30. This is going to be done against a 1v1 encounter of any person, and generally speaking, if you're playing 2v2 games, 3v3 games, and you get pinned against a Loki or maybe another Oranos player or Kronos player that's going to Terma rush, you generally want to advance at 4:30. If you're playing against a Greek or a Egyptian player who's not going to rush you, or if you're playing in a 3v3 or 4v4 scenario where your teammates can put on some early pressure, what you're going to want to do is wait for this citizen to be built and another one to queue. What that's going to happen, what's that going to cause is for 125 food to disappear as soon as another one queues after this villager, which is going to cause you to have to wait till the food replenishes back to 400 before you can research. This way, what you're going to do is get another additional villager, but you're going to be researching your classical age advancement at about 4:30, so you're going to actually advance at 5 minutes 30 seconds. So 2 schools of thought. In this situation, I'm going to advance now. So this villager is going to go on gold, not wood, so send him on gold. And this is also when you start about when you get to 50%, you're gonna want to start bringing your oracles back, and I'll explain that. So at this point, you're gonna have three villagers on food, 2 villagers on wood, and 2 villagers on gold. There's a few things that you're gonna want to do as you're advancing. The first one is build another house. The second one is research your pickaxe and your hand axe in your economic guild. So I want to do that because I don't want to waste time. And then you also have some lazy villagers, so these guys are going to be sent on this water buffalo and then on this water buffalo and another lazy guy. So actually we're going to buy a house with this guy because we need to, so we don't get population capped. And then, like I said, we're going to go ahead and research hand axe and pickaxe as soon as we have 50. Perfect. So this is actually pretty standard. We're going to advance at 4:30-ish, 4:35-ish. I could have done a little bit sooner, but I kind of messed up with the villager at the beginning. I lost 10 seconds before I actually queued one up. So every second counts. However, it's still pretty much you get the idea. This is your 4-minute, 30-second classical advance. This is how you do it. It's the easiest way on the High Hound map with Oranos. I'm actually going to play another minute to sort of show you what you can still do that's pretty baseline in this strategy and set you up for an early mid-game type of scenario. So at this point, while this is still finishing, what you're going to do is you're going to recall your oracles. You need both of them here. So that one's going to be a pain in the ass, but that's fine. We'll deal with it. And this villager is going to go on food. Alright, congratulations. You have advanced. You have 2 houses. You have a small force that I'm going to explain here in a second. You have 3 villagers on food, 2 villagers on gold, and 2 villagers on wood. Alright, this is kind of stupid. I'm just going to keep doing this. I should have said this oracle much sooner. You're gonna, as soon as you advance, what you're gonna do is, when they're all here, you're gonna use Valor on 3 of these and 1 of the villagers. So these guys are gonna be my raiding party. Well, this guy, as soon as he becomes a hero, is gonna buy a counter barrack first, and then a military barrack. Got another lazy bastard. Alright, go here. Your next villager, which I believe is the 9th villager, is going to be going on wood because we're going to be spamming termas. So as soon as he's done with this, you're going to spam termas. And the reason why is because these guys are going to be your raiding party, your harassment party. Any relics that you see along the way that you have collected, you're going to pick up with these guys and bring them back to your temple. But these guys' mission is to raid. You're going to try to find villagers like mine here that are away from the town center that are farming, and you're going to try to harass them. As soon as you get about 4 termas, you're going to do the same thing and go from a different way with this guy. These guys have finished, so I'm going to move them over to your next food source. So that's it. I went over the first 6 minutes of the fight. I've shown you how to advance to classical age within 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Again, this is Nox's strategy on how to do it. You might have your own. And if you see things that are wrong with this strategy, or maybe to improve the strategy, please leave it in the comment section. I'd love to learn from you guys and improve myself as a player. And hopefully this video helped you. If so, give it a like. And until next time, Nox out.